You know, a couple years ago I did this same episode, but I think it's time for a bit of a remedy to that. So, what do you need to build up a bar? Welcome back. And today I'm going to talk to you about building up your own home bar. And this is also a bit of a gift guide. We are getting into the holidays after all. So, right off the bat, what do you need to build up a bar? That's a very open-ended question, okay? Reason being is because there's so many ways you could do this. It depends on what you want to create. If you want to create everything, you're going to need a lot of alcohol, a lot of tools, and a lot of money to do it, okay? If you want to make anything, you're going to need a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of gin, a bottle of vodka, tequila, or rum. You're going to need the modifiers, maraschino, vermouth, absinthe. You're going to need the bitters, whether it's Angostura, orange, Peychaud's bitters. You're going to need, all the citrus for the different citrus utilized cocktails out there, from oranges, lemons, limes. You're going to need peelers. You're going to need a knife. Knife really can be from your from a knife set at home that you already have. That's fine. This is just one that I have from Barware Mixology Gear, which is run by Mercer. You're going to need glassware. So that's a lot of money. The true answer begins with, what do you want to create? What cocktails do you like? And then let's get the materials to make them. Okay? So if you like old fashions, you don't need all the absinthe, the maraschino, and all that. You don't need that. You just need whiskey, sugar, Angostura bitters, glassware, ice, and you're done. Ready to go. But that does lead into what are like mandatory to have if you want to go piecemeal. Okay? Those of you that may not know, this whole set is by piecemeal. Everything that I'm doing here was purchased in piecemeal sets. So let's go ahead and go with what are the essentials for a bar when you're especially beginning. So a shaker is always a requirement, okay? This will be adequate for anything. Obviously, shaking cocktails, as duh, but also you can utilize the short tin or the long tin, depending, for stirred cocktails. So if you remember when I first did the Manhattan and the El Presidente, I utilized the small tin of a shaker. The large tin can be used as well if you want to, but the small tin would be your recommendation. From there, you also need something to measure out. If you have a Pyrex glass or something that has the measurements that you're looking for, which would be half ounce, quarter ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, ounce, 2 ounce, go ahead and use that. It's perfectly fine, but a jigger is more appropriate. This is also like the bartender's mixing glass. This is a Leopold style jigger, as you can tell with the double bell that you see. This is a 1 ounce and 2 ounce size with lines inside to designate a 1/4 of an ounce, half ounce, 3/4 of an ounce. And then on the 2 ounce side has a line for 1.5 ounces. This is what I use. You don't need to get the Leopold style that I utilize. There's also a graduated jigger, which is just a single-sided cup. Has steps that go up for the measurements up to, I think I've seen them like 2.5, maybe even 3 ounces, which if you prefer an overpour, go for it. You can also go with a Japanese style, which is more of a cone shape on each side. Really up to you. This is also from Barware Mixology Gear. A lot of my barware is from Barware Mixology. I also do utilize Cocktail Kingdom. And before we continue, if you want to use any of the barware that I'm talking about, especially if you're looking to build up your own home bar, or if you're looking to get bartending gifts for your significant other, check my link down below to kit.co. Houses everything that I utilize. Amazon affiliate links, you know what that means, not going to go. Continuing on. But this is Barfly. You can go OXO, you can go Cocktail Kingdom. Find something that's pretty high quality. I would recommend also stay stainless steel, because even though you may see gold, copper, a black oxide look, it's all plated over steel. Stainless steel, it's maybe slightly discolored, but it won't hold on to anything and it won't chip off because it's base of the metal. So that's a recommendation. Shaker, jigger would be what I would consider required. A bar spoon, which is also Barfly, is also slightly recommended. I would say recommended to required. Reason being is you can use the bar spoon itself as a measurement. Now, not all bar spoons are measured equal. Some are larger in diameter, some are smaller, but you can use this for the bar spoon measurement. Or if you have very big ice from, say, a Climb Bell ice maker, or something like that you want to crack and put into your shaker to shake your cocktails, go for it, because of this being a parabola. A good thing about the bar spoon is it also utilizes a spiral shaft, which allows you to stir your cocktail and allow the spoon to dance around your hand. You could use a regular tablespoon, works just fine. A bar spoon like this would be nice to have though. Another requirement is a strainer. Most notably would be a Hawthorne strainer. Hawthorne strainer is the most versatile type of strainer because, one, it fits on any shaker that's of normal diameter. Easily allows you to strain, easily allows you to do this for stirred, shaken cocktails. Also, one thing you may want to look for is a tight coil on your strainer itself, because this will allow you to catch more pulp, more ice, and not have it in your cocktail when you serve it. Specifically when you serve it up in a coupe, Nick and Nora, you know what I'm talking about there. Also, you can take this off so you can wash it a little bit more in depth if you want to. Again, keep it stainless steel. I wouldn't go for any of the plated stuff, just because while it looks cool, it might not last as long as you may hope for. Okay? That gets us out of the requireds to have. Let's go into the nice to haves. The most notable would be a mixing glass. This is also Barfly. You want thick-walled mixing glass with a heavy bottom. That way, when you do stir your cocktail, if you want to just have, say, a finger on one side so you can keep the temperature of it, but not really try and stabilize it, you can. But also, it will hold up to a lot more. It will hold up to mixology a lot better. A nice pour spout is always a good idea, and your Hawthorne strainer will fit, albeit slightly snug, depending, so you can do your stir drinks. If you get a mixing glass, then one thing you may want to get alongside it is a julep strainer. This is just a slot spoon type of strainer, helps to strain out pulp. Well, not strain out pulp, but strain out ice from when you do a stirred cocktail. A third thing that would be a nice to get is a fine mesh strainer. This is also Barfly. You could also just find a fine mesh strainer from, say, Walmart, Target, works just fine. This will allow you to really, strain out the finer particles of fruit pulp and ice. It's not completely impenetrable, but it will help you give a more uniform, smooth cocktail. You've seen me utilize these in a number of cocktails recently because I know that there's been fruit pulp, there's been ice that has chipped off, and I'm like, I want to make sure that the cocktail is smooth. That's why you use this. You can also use this when you do, say, a syrup, such as grenadine or strawberry syrup or something like that, if you don't want to use other materials. I'm not going to talk about those at this time because not really a requirement, but just a could be another episode in the future. Another good to have, juicer. This is a stainless steel beehive juicer. I think it's called a beehive juicer. Get something that's stainless steel. You could get something from, again, Walmart, Target, anything that has a kitchen section that has a juicer like this. Go for it. You can even get something like KitchenAid or OXO, where you can utilize more of your weight to give pressure, or you can find more on Amazon where it's a more of a fully enclosed type of juicer. Anyone will work. This would be a good to have, especially if you make a sour, or if you prefer to have more citrus-based cocktails. That takes care of our required and our nice to haves. Now let's go into completely optional. Okay, completely optional would be, say, these dash darts. These dash darts are from Cocktail Kingdom. They help keep a dash clean whenever you're, say, adding dashes to a cocktail of bitters. You can also utilize them if you have dasher bottles that have dasher tops. That will help if you're doing, say, like herb stirrer for making a zombie. If you want to have a dash of like maraschino or of absinthe or something like that, you can easily have a dash. You can easily have, say, a dasher bottle that's a threaded top with a dash top already on it. Be able to make that dash, not have to worry about it. The only issue that you may run into in comparison with a dash dart to the standard top on a bitters bottle, which is called a woozy bottle, by the way. So you may need to add another dash to have the same amount of bitters as you would get from a normal woozy bottle top. Okay, but it allows for a lot better presentation. Allows for a little bit cleaner of a work area. Another would be microplane. Find these anywhere. I got this from Walmart. You can go to Target, go to Walmart, go wherever. Thinking further, I think that's all in terms of barware. Now, we can also go into glassware. Glassware can vary tremendously. Okay, you have rocks glasses, you have double rocks glasses, you have Collins glasses, highballs, Nick and Nora's, coupes, martini glasses, or cocktail glasses as they're also known. A variety. You have the Moscow Mule mug, you have the zombie glass, you have tiki glasses. It's all crazy. Truth be told, you could get whatever you wish. But what I would recommend, I'm going to go ahead and put this away. I would recommend the following. A rocks glass, such as this. This is from Riedel. By the way, a number of my glasses come from Riedel, Libby, or Cocktail Kingdom. This is from Riedel. You also need a Collins glass or a tall glass. This is from Libby, and a coupe. This is a Nick and Nora from Cocktail Kingdom. You can obviously get them from Riedel. If you remember my older videos, I did utilize Nick and Nora's from Riedel, such as this. Any of these will work, depending on the type of cocktail that you want to create. Now, if you're looking for something that will hold a larger amount, but you want to serve it up, then you may want to look at the larger coupes, such as the one in which I have here, which is a larger coupe. You can see because of the expanded bowl, the larger bowl, it will hold, say, a whiskey sour a lot easier. But truth be told, if you're looking for 3 pieces of glassware or 3 sets of glassware to look for, then I would say grab a rocks glass for old fashions, sazeracs, anything that utilizes this type of beverage or this type of serving. A tall glass or a Collins glass, also a highball. It's a little bit wider and a little bit larger in diameter, and a coupe of some sort. I go Nick and Nora's more often than not, but if you want to, you could also get the larger coupes if you want to make more whiskey sours than, say, daiquiris. That's it in terms of barware and glassware. Now, another thing, I'm going to put these away. Now, another thing that you may ask is, what books are recommended? The books that I personally recommend for anybody getting into mixology are David Wondrich's Imbibe, which is a updated and modernization of the original cocktail book, The Bon Vivant's Guide by Dr. Jerry Thomas from 1862. It takes all the measurements and basically makes them into modern day equivalents and then goes over all sorts of classic cocktails. Another one that I recommend would be Regarding Cocktails by the late Sasha Petrosky and Georgette Moger Petrosky, husband and wife duo who were iconic, especially through Milk and Honey. There's countless recipes in there, all utilizing what they consider to be like the 5 most prevalent types of cocktails out there, from the old fashions to sours to dessert cocktails, everything in between. Very good book. One that, if you are a tiki lover, would be Smuggler's Cove by Martin Cate with Rebecca Cate. They are a husband and wife duo. They own Smuggler's Cove in California. I want to say it's around San Francisco. Haven't been there. I've heard it's a nice place though. But they talk about the history of tiki, how it came into vogue, fell off a little bit, and then came back to prominence. And they talked about from Don the Beachcomber, or Don Beach, or Ernest Gant as his birth name, up to Jeff the Beach Bum Barry. All 3 of those books will be a great time for you to learn, experiment, and really develop an appreciation for cocktails. I will have links to everything, as I said, down in that link to kit.co. Again, Amazon affiliate links, you know how that works. I think that's everything. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Please find all my socials in the description below as well. Until next time, thank you for watching. I'll be back real soon with a cocktail. This has been The Beginner's Bar.